CoronaVlog number 27. Crazy. I'm Barbara. It is Thursday, April 16th. Thank you for joining me. I hope you're very, very well. I hope you're well. In every sense of the word, both mentally, physically, socially, psychologically. I don't know if psychologically and mentally are the same thing. They probably are. But you know what I mean. I hope you're all well. When I woke up, it was a sunny day. But Dennis brought me a coffee, and I drank my coffee, and I took my shower, and now it is a cloudy day. And we had decided that we were going to work on the backyard, pick sticks, and I was going to mow. If I mow the backyard, I don't have to do my exercises because mowing is exercise. I'll walk behind my self-propelled mower, but I have to swing it around, and we have trees and everything, so it's a good workout. And I'll be walking around in the yard for almost an hour. Although there's parts that aren't growing very much that have a lot of sticks, and I imagine that those parts won't get mowed. But some of the tufts of grass in our backyard are now a foot high. So that was the plan, and then it started snowing. I'm like, what's the temperature out there? He said 44. Rain stopping in a few minutes. I'm like, it's not rain. You're right, it's snowing, because Ben said, I thought I saw a snowflake. I thought, oh, I'm sure it must be a flower petal blowing around. Snow flurries. So I've never mowed in the snow before. So we shall see. But if it clears up and the grass dries, I mean, it wasn't a lot of snow. It was just flurries, but still. Very strange. And it's cloudy. Cloudy doesn't mean you can't mow for sure. And in fact, in the summertime, you hope for cloudy because the sun beats down on you, but not today since it's 44. I don't know what the high's supposed to be, probably 49, something like that. Ooh, I could have a fire tonight if I wanted, though. That would be cozy and a little bit of a change of pace. We shall see. But the backyard definitely needs to be mowed, so I dressed for mowing. I just threw my Portage by Melissa Shashwary over top of the Portage is the one with that wonderful, no, can't see it that way, that wonderful back that's all cabled. That was such a pain to knit. The Ravelry was my least favorite sweater I ever knit in the terms of the knitting, because I was very sad to discover that I didn't enjoy the color work at all. This was my second least favorite sweater to knit, because this is a very long sweater and that back was a lot of work, but it is beautiful. I'm a little sorry I made it. This is oh, you can see it's pilling. This is a Cloudborn, which is Craftsy's yarn. It's not Craftsy anymore. So I don't even know, maybe it's not Cloudborn anymore. But anyway, but it's mostly alpaca. And so it's a little bit droopy, and it doesn't feel, this feels like a house sweater because it doesn't look like it's, you know, because it's so droopy. And the pockets are almost useless because they've drooped enough that my hands can barely, you know, I have to lean over and grab my sweater to get into my pocket rather than just put my hands in the pockets. So if I make this again, I would make it with a more structured yarn. That's my advice to you. Make it with a nicely structured yarn, and then it'll be a really lovely sweater. And it's possible I'll get over the damage that knitting that back caused me and do it with the cables again at some point. But I also might do something like a double moss stitch or something else that has a beautiful texture but maybe doesn't drive me as crazy as those cables did. I think they're little just twist, you know, one stitch cables all over. Anyway, Portage, Melissa Shashwary, and then it's got a very nice that goes into the pocket. But I just threw that on over my mowing clothes. The dogs are outside running around, so that's fun. 44 is probably the perfect temperature for them. So they're having fun. So my mother-in-law called last night. Well, she's hilarious. She called me up and she said, Barb, I was wondering, do you have any yarn? Do you have any yarn? Now, she is the recipient of several hats, 2 shawls, and a pair of socks. I'm like, yeah, Aura, I have a little yarn. What do you need? She says, oh, I gotta darn my socks. She says, I got a light bulb, but I need yarn. I can't find my yarn. I'm like, I have yarn for you, Aura. No problem. And I also actually have a darning mushroom if you want to use that. You don't have to use a light bulb. I said, what color yarn do you need? She says, oh, any color. I don't care. They're just for me around the house, but most of my socks are white. I said, okay, I will look for some yarn and I will bring it Friday night, which is tomorrow night. We're going over there for dinner and cards. And I'll bring my mushroom and I'll bring a needle. Okay, good. Thank you. Do you have any yarn? I'll be very interested to see if, number one, if she actually darns her socks. That might have been a subtle way of saying, hey, you want to darn some socks? Which I don't, because I have my own socks to darn, which I haven't darned yet. But I did buy a darning mushroom. So I'll be very interested to see if she darns her socks, and if she does, how she does it. Because I'm sure her mother darned socks. So she probably saw socks being darned live in the old-fashioned way, however people used to do it. Although there is a Ply magazine that has a nice tutorial on how to darn socks. It's the socks version of Ply. So I'm not darning my socks because I don't have any clue on how to do it. I'm just not darning my socks because, you know. But I'm going to have to either start darning socks or start knitting socks. I was going to wash my socks this morning, but there was no laundry basket. But I have most of my socks are dirty now. I just go through my drawer, wear my socks. I wear my socks 2 or 3 times. Do you wear your hand knit socks just once and then wash them? I don't. I wear them multiple times. Oh, my nose is itchy. I know. I'm not supposed to touch my face. But I don't. I wear them 2 or 3 times at least. So I was thinking it's time to wash my socks. But I do this giant batch of socks and then I hang them to dry. I don't dry them in the dryer. But I think I'm going to wash them on the hand wash cycle. And then hang them up to dry in my guest room on a rack that has lots of bars. And I put the ceiling fan on and my things dry really quickly. And you know, when I do that. So I'll probably do that tomorrow because I went to do it today and I didn't have a laundry basket in my room, which means that I've got laundry in the dryer and 2 laundry baskets in there, which is not necessary. Does that mean there's laundry in the washer too? I hope not, because that's going to have to be rewashed. The sun just came out. So I guess it's going to be sometimes sunny, sometimes not sunny today. We will see, but the flurries have stopped for sure. So that's what's going on here. There may or may not be mowing today. That'll be good, because if I mow, I won't have to do my fire hydrants. Although, it only takes me 5 minutes to do my fire hydrants, and it'll take me almost an hour to do the mowing, plus picking. So I don't know why that makes me happy. But there's something about getting your exercise while actually accomplishing something real that's very satisfying. So except for the summer when my knee was really bothering me and I couldn't mow, and Dennis had issues, and so we had to hire somebody to do our yard, which we didn't really like to do. I've done all the mowings pretty much since we, most of the mowing, not all the mowing, most of the mowing since I retired. But we bought a riding mower last summer after we had bought the property next door, so now we have 2 lawns to mow, although the lawn next door is not visible really to anybody except us in this property. So we don't really care. But, so we had a riding mower, but I'm not a big fan of the riding mower. Oops, here comes Pearl. Nope, you leaving? Because we have some little hills and pieces of hills on our property. I mean, tiny hills, but on a riding mower, you have to be careful when you're on a hill or you'll flip over, and I get nervous, so the way I mow, it takes me just as long to mow on the riding mower as it does to be on the push mower, to be honest. It takes more gas, and I'm not getting any exercise when I'm on the riding mower. So I'm not gonna use the riding mower, certainly not for the backyard. Just so I get some exercise, which is good for me. Oh my gosh, you guys don't even care about this. I'm so rambly. Anyway, I don't really have much. I'm feeling better. I slept last night, so that was great. So I'm feeling better, and the sun just came out, so that's nice. And day 27 of CoronaVlog. So it's been a month, more than a month, since we've been in sheltering in place, healthy at home, as the governor of Kentucky says. But we are going to go relieve my mother-in-law tomorrow and take them dinner and spend some time with them and play some cards. But I think I might wear my bandana. Just to, you know. But we did decide it's time for us to make some masks. We have our heavy-duty masks for when we go to the store and things like that. But we can foresee ourselves wearing masks for some time to come. So it's time to make some masks. I have lots of fabric. We actually have vacuum cleaner bag, which apparently Dennis saw some kind of study that analyzed the effectiveness of different things people were using as filters in their homemade masks, and vacuum cleaner bags were the best. HIPAA? Not HIPAA, something like that. Vacuum cleaner bags were the best, and I think we have some of those, although I don't think you can buy vacuum cleaner bags anymore these days because of probably this very thing, which means that when we run out of vacuum cleaner bags for our vacuum, then what? So we'll have to see what we have, but we'll make some cloth masks, because we've been wearing bandanas over our noses on our walks, because we don't walk close to anybody. We just want to make sure we're not breathing in, you know, some jogger's breath that just went past us and that kind of thing. We are being very, very cautious. Very cautious. So I'll be digging through my fabric and seeing what I have, and I have lots. Although we may be wearing Peppa Pig masks. Which I think is kind of fun. We're gonna be, you know, if we do that, we'll be sending some Peppa Pig masks to Florida. Make some kid-size masks. You might have Peppa Pig masks. I don't know what else I have in there, but I have plenty of fabric. And that's what's going on here. All is well. The dogs are running up and down. I don't know what they're doing. Pearl mostly. I think Maisie's still outside. Oops. Maisie's working on a hole. I'm not a big fan of that, so I'll have to be careful when I mow, because of course it's overgrown with grass and not as visible as it might be. And since I'm walking, I do have to worry about that kind of stuff. But more likely I'll mow over a ball of some kind, which is not good either. So, well, it's looking nicer out, so that's good. I hope you're all well. Stay well. Wear your masks. Social distancing. Stay safe and stay sane. I'll talk to you tomorrow.